Well, hello, YouTubers, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitter. This is Katherine Johnson, servant of the Lord. Thank you for tuning into my YouTube channel. If you like what you hear, subscribe. We're going to continue today in the series, The Revelation of Jesus Christ, the Servant's Perspective. We're in Revelation 2. Today, we're going to start with verse 18 through 29. And we're going to talk today about the Church of Thyatira. The Church of Thyatira is the church that's in danger of moral compromise. This church was located in a commercial and trade center, and this church had the longest message from Jesus. I'm going to read this passage to you, and then I'm going to expound. And unto the angel of the church in Thyatira write, These things saith the Son of God, who hath his eyes like unto a flame of fire, and his feet are like fine brass. I know thy works in charity and service and faith and thy patience and thy works in the last to be more than the first. Notwithstanding, I have a few things against thee, because thou sufferest that woman Jezebel, which calleth herself a prophetess, to teach and to seduce my servants to commit fornication and to eat things sacrificed unto idols. And I gave her space to repent of her fornication, and she repented not. Behold, I will cast her into a bed, and them that commit adultery with her into great tribulation, except they repent of their deeds. And I will kill her children with death, and all the churches shall know that I am he which searches the reins and hearts. And I will give unto every one of you according to your works. But unto you I say, and unto the rest in Thyatira, as many as have not this doctrine, and which have not known the depths of Satan, as they speak, I will put upon you none other burden. But that which ye have already hold fast till I come. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations. And he shall rule them with a rod of iron, as the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I received of my Father. And I will give unto him the morning star. He that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches. Verse 18 and 19, we're going to expound on right now. Jesus commended this church for their good works. Jesus showed them that he has eyes of fire that can discern, and feet of brass, which symbolizes him as a final judge. He commended them for their love, their faith, their service, and perseverance. This was a caring church which helped the less fortunate. It was a patient church which comes through much tribulation. Their works got better because the last is more than the first. Verse 20, this false teacher is referred to as Jezebel. It's an Old Testament reference to Jezebel, the wife of Ahab. This may not be her name, probably referring to the evil system of spirit operating, but it's Jezebel. God would consider a man a Jezebel if he taught this evil doctrine of fornication. That's very important to understand. It's not a female gender. It's referring to the evil doctrine, the evil acts. I want you to read Acts chapter 2, verse 17 and 18, and Galatians chapter 3, verse 28. God did not appoint her as a prophet. She appointed herself. This church tolerated her teachings of sacrificing of food to idols that they considered the true God. She encouraged members to commit fornication, incest, adultery of either sex, indulging in unlawful lust. Mixing of holy things with the impure is spiritual adultery, saints. It's an abomination in God's eyes. Verse 21, this had been going on for a while, and God gave her time to repent of this teaching of fornication. But she didn't repent. Verse 22, judgment came. Sickness, disease to her and those that are involved. A punishment that's swift and severe. It was visible for the other churches to see. Verse 23, natural and spiritual children, death. The innermost mind, the works of the heart and mind, which mature in deeds. What we are inside will show in what we do for God. God will judge our hearts. The motive behind what we do is just as important as what we do. Verse 24 and 25, the doctrine of fleshly lust and fornication. Do what you want because you are covered by God's grace. This is what was being taught. Satan personally, the depths of sin. Hold fast to sound doctrine, saints. God's judgment is to those that don't repent. Verse 26 and 27, overcome means to conquer, to keep Jesus' deeds to the end. Guards the works of Jesus. Heathens imply the Gentiles. The faithful will rule with Jesus. As we rule, we will allow him to lead us. The rod of iron is a strong rule if we follow Jesus, if not broken to pieces. Matthew chapter 19, verse 28. Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 9 is your reference. The rod here in 27, shepherd or king, a rod of correction used in love. Verse 28, Jesus is the bright and morning star. He gives himself to those that follow him. Verse 29, he that hath an ear, that's a message not given to one church, but to churches and individuals. We're going to stop here. We're going to continue at the next church. God bless you.